Coach Carr, first off, how was the drive in from Kansas?
It was long, but it was good. About 7 hours.
7 hours?
Yeah, I got to listen to a book on the way.
What book?
I was listening to one on leadership. I don't remember what it's called.
Is that a lot of your life, would you say?
No, my life is wrestling.
Well, that leadership is wrestling.
Yeah.
Coaches Convention. Did you go to Florida?
I was there.
What did you pick up from there, you think?
The best thing about the Coaches Convention is that you get to hear different ideas, which helps you evolve what you want to do as a head. Well, now that I'm a head coach, but even when you're an assistant, it lets you start to think about how you want to do things, and then just constantly keep evolving so that you keep getting better.
So Central
Christian College in Kansas.
What town?
We're in McPherson, right outside of Wichita.
So you're near a large metropolitan area in Wichita.
We are.
Look at it. You guys can fly in. It's a regular airport.
Yep.
It's not like you got to take a single engine plane in.
No, but
and it's right off I-70.
We are right off. We're about 45 minutes south of I-70. Right.
So there's a major highway there too.
35 goes right by town. But I'm learning to fly planes right now, so soon enough I won't even have to worry about the airport.
Please tell me that's a real thing.
It is.
You're learning how to be a pilot?
Yeah, we have a aviation program, so I'm taking private pilot's license classes.
And you'll be able to come pick me up in Ohio.
Just
and
I'll
we'll
fly
be able to,
wherever you want to go.
We're going to start flying and doing these coverages.
Yeah,
I'll go do the NAIA tournament when you guys get a bunch of guys to qualify, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about that. You guys what is the makeup of your school? Tell me a little history and a little background on the school.
The school, we're an evangelical Christian school, so it's a huge part of who we are. It guides a lot of who we are and what we do. It's a great opportunity, if that's something you're interested in, to learn more about your faith while you are a student.
How many students?
We're just over 300.
300 students.
Just over 300.
And you're in NAIA.
And we're in the NAIA.
What did you guys do? You made some history last year. What did you do?
Last year, our original plan was to redshirt everybody, and then I had a young man, Devontae Fitzgerald. He came in, the start of November and said he, really missed competing and wanted to compete. So we told him if he got straight A's, he could compete, and he did. He came out and placed second in our regional, and then qualified for the NAIA National Championships.
And you guys had never had anybody?
He's the first athlete from the school.
Athlete. Not wrestler, because it's a new program.
Yeah.
Not wrestler, but athlete. And how many athletics programs are there?
There are 21 teams.
21 teams, 300 kids?
Yeah, most of our school is athletes.
Holy smokes, that's crazy.
Yep.
So when you look at it, going into this new challenge, you leave George Mason. From George Mason, I think it was Bucknell.
Yep.
And then you have to, Michigan State was one of the stops too.
Before Bucknell, yeah.
So you've had some D1 experience. You've also had some, is it junior college experience?
No, I was at D3 in Iowa for a year, and then I was at a D2 in North Dakota for a year.
Minot State.
Minot State.
Why not Minot?
Why not Minot?
So you look at this experience, you've got all this experience, and then you go down to the NAIA, which a lot of people transition through NAIA to NCAA Division II usually is what the usual roadmap is. Where do you guys see your school going?
Because of our size, we'll probably stay NAIA for a while. Wrestling-wise, it's really competitive in the NAIA. Grandview's as good as anybody. A lot of other teams are really good too. Lindsey Wilson's got a great team. Right now we're working hard trying to catch those guys.
Looking at you're a road warrior. You've been all over the country. East Coast, DC, Northern Virginia, obviously Eastern tough PA, Bloomsburg, Bucknell area. I mean, you've been around the block. What would you say you're looking for? It's different what you're recruited from Bucknell, what you're recruited at George Mason. What are you recruiting? What are you looking for now here at C3?
I mean, here at C3, it's not that different. The level of wrestling is, of course, going to be different with the different divisions. I'm a big believer in lifestyle. I'm looking for recruits that live the right lifestyle and work hard, and that's going to dictate a lot of people's success. One of the most frustrating things as a coach is to watch somebody who, won high school nationals a couple of times, and then they get to college and they just get worse over time. And a lot of times when you see that, it is lifestyle that contributes to it. So it's one of the things that's great about being at the school that I'm at is that most of our guys live the right lifestyle. They're not out partying on Friday nights. I don't have to worry about them taking a step backwards because of choices they're making in their lives.
Looking at you, you're a big, unassuming guy. I gotta be honest, your technique was pretty good, man. I was like, oh, maybe his technique will be all right. Your inside trip stuff was really good.
Yeah.
I was watching some of the clips Dawson shot last night, and I was like, man, Tom Carr knows his inside trip stuff.
Yeah.
You're really good at the inside trip stuff. Do you think some people might, because you're a big guy, not a lot of people assume Joel Greenlee does a lot of technique because he's a gigantic human.
I wasn't always this fat, like I wrestled 184 in college, so, I had to be able to move when I was wrestling, and graduated and discovered Subway cookies, and it's been all over.
But looking at, you obviously know some technique.
And I've worked with some great guys. I learned all of that from a guy named Glenn Goodman, who was a coach I worked with in high school, and Jared Frere. He's a little bit older than me, growing up in Florida. And then, I've worked for Coach Minkle, who coached an Olympic team, and he was a great technician. And Coach Wernsberger at Bucknell was awesome as well. And, Joe Russell, who I worked for 4 years at George Mason, has probably forgotten more wrestling than I'll ever know.
So being a sponge seems like it's something that you're into.
Sponge.
You
Yep.
still move really well.
Well, thanks.
That's pretty good. No, I was impressed. I was watching. I was like, man, this inside trip stuff's pretty good. I don't know if I was going to go. I was going to ask you. I was going to say, your inside trips or Ian Miller's. I was going to give you who's a better inside trip guy. I was going to say maybe you, though.
I don't know. Ian Miller could hit it on anybody.
I think.
He's
I don't know. He might not be able to do it to Tom Carr. Tom Carr's pretty good at
I
it.
just step over his leg. He's a little guy.
That's true. He's a little crunch him. Just crunch him. All right. Got some guys scrapping in there. You got anything else for me?
No, just thanks for having me out. I appreciate everything you do and that Flo does and that C3 is doing. So thank you.
All right. Safe travels to you back. We got a little longer drive than you, so I feel maybe I'm a little tough. I'm a little tougher right now, but
You are.
I'll be a little different tomorrow morning.
Yep.